Hello YouTube, this is Thaddeus here from Backend Gaming, and I have a tutorial on how to get Auriel's bow in the Dawnguard DLC for Skyrim. And there are a lot of spoilers in this tutorial because it shows all of the gameplay up to receiving Auriel's bow. And so if you have not completed at least a Soul Cairn, or if you don't want to see any spoilers, you should stop watching now. So just beware of that. And right where I'm starting off is after you complete the Soul Cairn quest and you receive the two Elder Scrolls that you were looking for. And right when you get back to the Dawnguard castle, you talk to the Moth Priest, and he tells you that he's become blind and that you need to go and decipher the Elder Scrolls for yourself. So you go off to where the Moth Priests go to complete a ritual to become a Moth Priest. And no, you do not become a Moth Priest, but you do use moths to read the Elder Scrolls for you. And so, once you get to the actual cave of the Moth Priests, where all the moths are located, you need to peel off some bark from a certain tree, which can be located anywhere. There's arrows pointing when you're inside of the cave. Here, I'll wait till we get there. And so there, we just sped it up. So once you get into the glade, or the Ancestor Glade Cave, at first it looks pretty small, but once you walk around and you actually get into the thick of it, you will see that it is very large and tall building. Or a tall cave, not a building, but there's several arrows pointing to different locations of trees, and you need to peel off their bark. And in the very center of the cave is the location of a special knife, or whatever you want to call it, that the Moth Priests use to peel off the cave. So first you go down there and grab that. Then you can go to any of these trees. I didn't find any specific paths to get to these trees, so I just rock climb. So just keep jumping up next to rocks, and you'll eventually get up to a tree and peel off the bark from that tree. And basically, the reason you are peeling off the bark of this tree is to attract moths. And you, like I stated before, you need these moths to help you decipher the Elder Scroll. And so there, I see I think Bethesda put these little things in here for a reason. They wanted you to kind of, I don't know, rock climb up to these trees. So that's what I'm doing right now. And so once you get the bark from the tree, you will see, as I've just done earlier, you will run around to these different swarms of moths, and they will swarm onto you. And so basically they're just scattered throughout this cave. You can there's a lot of moths located near the trees and water areas, so just walk around and search for those. Eventually you will get 7 swarms of moths flying around you, and when that happens, a beam of light will shine down into the middle of the cave. And you walk into this beam of light, pull out the Blood Elder Scroll, and read it, and it will tell you the location of the next area you need to go to.
Are you okay? Almost thought I lost you there. You went as white as the snow. I never trusted those damn scrolls. Who knows what those things could have done to you? Just look at Dexian. What about Auriel's bow? Do you know where we can find it? And it's almost over. We can finally put an end. Where is this Darkfall Cave? Then let's get going. I want to get there before my father has a chance to track us down.
After you read the Elder Scroll, a group of vampires will attack you, so be cautioned and watch out for them, because they are kind of like a surprise attack, so just be careful. Darkfall Cave is the next location you're going to go to. And in this cave, a big spoiler alert, so just be cautioned, you're going to find a snow elf. And contrary to what many people were believing, this snow elf does not play a very vital role in the actual storyline. It could be anything. They could honestly replace a snow elf with a troll for all they wanted to do, but they'd have to do some different crafting, because it does kind of play on the Falmer and the snow elf and how they're in constant battle between each other, how the Falmer hate the actual snow elf, and the snow elf calls the Falmer the corrupted one, so I don't know. But he's not that big of a part of anything. You just talk to him once, and he leads you onto what you need to do next. So just know that basically just travel through here, killing spiders. Nothing too detailed about that. And so now you will be reaching the Snow Elf,
I am Knight Paladin Gellerman.
and he's basically a guarder of Auriel's bow, and he will tell you the next set of steps you need to do, basically, which is finding where these different locations of these portals, and you need to activate each one, and then you can enter Auriel's kingdom and grab his bow.
Of course, you're here for Auriel's bow. Why else would you be here? I can help you get it, but first, I must have your assistance. I need you to kill Archcurate Vertha, my brother. The kinship between us is gone. It was the betrayed. They did something to him. I just don't know why Auriel would allow this to happen. They swept into the Chantry without warning, and began killing everyone without pause. The Chantry was a place of peaceful worship. I led a small group. They slaughtered everyone, and stormed the inner sanctum, where I believe they corrupted Vertha. He's a... but something's wrong. He never looks as though he's in pain or under duress. He just stands there. Leaving the way shrines unguarded would be violating my sacred duty, and an assault on the betrayed guarding the inner sanctum would only end with my death. Yes, let me show you. This structure is known as a way shrine. They were used for meditation and for transport when the Chantry was a place of enlightenment. Prelates of these shrines were charged with teaching the mantras of Auriel to our initiates.
What's that basin in the center?
Once the initiate completed his mantras, he dip a ceremonial ewer in the basin of the way shrine center and proceed to the next way shrine.
So these initiates had to let around the temperature of water. Months. How long do they have to do that?
Well, once the initiate's enlightenment was complete, he'd bring the ewer to the Chantry's inner sanctum. Pouring the contents of the ewer into the sacred basin of the sanctum would allow him to enter for an audience with the Archcurate himself.
All that just to end up dumping it out. Makes no sense to me.
It's symbolic. I don't expect you to understand.
So, let's get this straight. Who's all that nonsense?
I know how it all sounds, but if there was another way, I'd have done it long ago. The only way to get to my brother is by following in the initiate's footsteps and traveling from way shrine to way shrine, just as they did. The first near the end of Darkfall Passage, a cavern that represents the absence of enlightenment. There are 5 in total, spread far apart across the Chantry. Caves? Oh no, the Chantry encompasses far more than a few caves, as you'll soon discover. But before I send you on your way, you'll need the initiate's ewer. Once you've located a way shrine, there'll be a spectral prelate tending to it. They will allow you to draw the waters from the shrine's base, as if...
And so once he activates the portal, walk inside, go up to the bowl inside, fill it with water, or you don't actually have to fill it with water, those are just the other ones, and you go into this portal. And there's no directions once you're in this portal, but it's just basically straightforward. You just go straight through it, and inside of this cave there's just filled with Falmer, so you just need to battle those. And once you get to the end of that, you will come upon more of those portal things, and you just need to fill the inside of those with water. And there are 5 total that you need to do this to. And this is a pretty long cave, but once you get through it, all of the portals are generally close to each other, with the last one being an exception.
Auriel's gift, my child. May it light your path as you see tranquility within the second. Welcome, initiate. This is the base revelation. Are you prepared to honor the Master Auriel and fill your vessel with honor?
And so here is the second portal you're going to need to activate, and basically he will just activate it for you, fill it up with water, and then you go to the next one.
You've reached the way shrine of... Are you prepared to honor them? Auriel bless you, child, for you are a step closer to the inner sanctum and everlasting wisdom. You arrived at the... Are you prepared to honor the man? Then go forth, child. May the enrichment of Auriel strengthen your resolve as you undertake your journey to the inner sanctum. You arrived at the way shrine of resolution. Are you prepared to honor the mantras of Auriel?
And right now what I'm doing is not a necessity, but I highly recommend it because you get to battle 2 dragons at once, plus go to a ward wall and learn another shout. And so basically right when you come down here, 2 dragons will fly out. They're not that hard to beat. They do dually attack you, so I just use Dragon Rend to sit them both down on the ground and destroy them. So after that, you can learn the new word. I forget what it's called. I think it's something vitality drain or something like that. And basically it just drains stamina and vitality or something else from your opponent. So it's a good shout to get. You should do this and get it. And now on to the last portal you need to activate. It's farther than all of the other ones. You have to travel through another cave filled with Falmer. It's not that hard again. There are some mage Falmer in here, but definitely not hard to take out. Pretty easy. Just rush through this area. Nothing great inside of here except defeating Falmer. And yeah, that's basically all you need to do in this cave. And so after the Cave of Falmer, it'll come outside here to a Village of Falmer. Basically same thing, full of Falmer. Defeat them, get through, just go straight through this, and you will come upon the very last portal.
You found. Are you prepared to honor the mantras of... May the blessings of Auriel protect you as you climb the road to the inner sanctum and final enlightenment.
And so this is where you activate the very last portal. And after you do that, you will be allowed to enter Auriel's kingdom, which is right here, what I'm running up to. And it's pretty easy to get inside of it. You just run up to the bowl, pour water inside of it. The bowl's in front of the door will unlock, then you go inside. And there are no enemies inside. When you initially walk in, you just have to travel all the way through to the first snow elf you met. His brother is inside of there, and he is the one that has is guarding Auriel's bow.
you really come here expecting to claim Auriel's bow? You come here and brought your fishing companion to me. Which I'm sorry to say means your usefulness is at an end.
And so once you find the first snow elf's brother, you will figure out that he's pretty evil, and he unfreezes all of these Falmer, and they all attack you. And so, contrary to what the first snow elf previously tells you, he tells you that his brother's corrupted by the Falmer. He's actually controlling them. And big spoiler alert here, he is actually a vampire. And so that is why he's corrupt and trying to block out the sun. He's the one that actually made the prophecy that Serana's father is trying to complete, and he's the one that prophecy being to block out the sun using Auriel's bow.
I swore I have my revenge, no matter what the cost.
You want revenge on a god?
Auriel himself may be beyond my reach. Our world was it. All I need is the blood of a vampire, his own weapon, Auriel's bow.
The blood of a vampire. Auriel's bow. It was you. You created the prophecy?
A prophecy that lacks a single final ingredient, the blood of a pure vampire, the blood of a daughter of cold powder.
You've been all this time for someone with my blood. Come on. Well, too bad for you. I ain't gonna keep it. Let's see if your blood has a
And so after a dialogue about finding out how he's a vampire, he'll go into rage mode, and then he will try to attack you. He's really easy to defeat. Just kill him. He has a ton of valuable stuff and good armor, I guess, if you want, on him. And so the very first snow elf you meet comes back from a portal, and he's like, here's your reward, Auriel's bow. And so you can go in and grab Auriel's bow, and there you have it. That is how you get Auriel's bow. And so you can fast travel from this location. You don't have to go through or go all the way back to where you first came from. So now you can just fast travel back to the Dawnguard. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. Please comment, like, favorite, and subscribe to my channel. And visit Backend Gaming for news, tutorials, reviews, all that good stuff. We are going to have a Dawnguard review up tonight, so check that out. Thank you for watching, and now I'm going to leave you with some demonstration of Auriel's bow. And I've just realized I've been pronouncing Auriel wrong. It's not Auriel, it's Auriel. So sorry for that. Here's the demonstration. Thank you.